So how do we get to the core issue when we're working with a client using therapeutic coaching? One of the defining characteristics of therapeutic coaching is we're not just entering a long-term therapeutic relationship with a client where we don't necessarily have a clear objective and outcome. It's more just responding to what they bring each week. As therapeutic coaches, we're being strategic. We're developing a clearly defined, well-formed outcome for the client, then we're working with them towards that. To help us do that, we do what's called mapping the issue. This is really getting to the core of what's going on. There's often a difference between what someone comes in wanting and what they actually need. Client may come in saying, I want to become more successful in my career. What they need is to grow their sense of self-esteem and self-worth. Or someone comes in saying, I want to be in a relationship, but what they actually need right now is to work on their relationship with themselves. So within therapeutic coaching, we have a series of maps and frameworks that we're using to help figure out what the presenting issue is, but also the layers underneath that. What's the history, maybe what's some of the trauma history, what are the narratives, the stories, beliefs that the client has learned, how that's informing the issue now. Often what we're looking at is not just the things that have happened in someone's life, but maybe the things that didn't happen. We didn't get perhaps certain core emotional needs met. Often then the things we struggle with in our lives are the defensive layers that we build in response to that. Let's say we didn't get our core emotional need of safety met, and then we've learned to get safety by shutting down and hiding away from the world. So we need to map all of this. We need to figure out what's going on, why it's going on, and then figure out the steps we're going to take with the client to create change. The process of doing this effectively also builds trust and rapport with the client. One of the ways that Anna and I talk about it with our students is, you've really effectively mapped the issue when you explain it back to the client and they say something in response like, wow, no one's ever explained it to me in that way before. Like there's almost like this look of a sort of hope and surprise on their face that they see that you see what's happening. That builds therapeutic trust, that builds rapport. Also, the path of mapping the issue to getting to the core of what is going on, what it also can help us do is start the change process. If the client has always believed this is how it is, this is how it's always going to be, and you're starting to introduce new possibilities, you're talking about the potential for change. You're explaining that the reasons why they're suffering now are not because they're broken or wrong, but they're adaptive responses that they can learn, better strategies to use. It starts to loosen the grip of the stuckness that people often feel. So we're getting to the core of the issue, we're building trust and rapport, and we're beginning the process of creating change. A good way to see mapping the issue or getting to the core issue in action is to watch any of my In Therapy YouTube series, where you'll see me doing this in real time with the clients I'm working with. If you'd like to find out more about therapeutic coaching, you can go to therapeuticcoaching.com. You can sign up for a free 1-hour webinar with me talking about what therapeutic coaching is, where it comes from, and also how you can train to become a therapeutic coach. Also at therapeuticcoaching.com, you can book a free discovery call to find out more about whether this may be the training for you. Hope that's been helpful. Thank you for watching.